Greetings, everyone. I'm Manchi from Wisdom Gathering. I'm the Marketing Business Manager. And today will be me to provide a brief introduction of Wisdom Gathering. And later on, I will pass on to my colleague, Kevin, to introduce the smart security solutions. And of course, we'll show a lot of the use cases of this solution. Okay, so everyone can see the PowerPoint. Okay, first of all, Wisdom Gathering is established in 2018, which is quite young comparing to other enterprises. And we gather a lot of very professional partners, and we can be able to help the transformation, digital transformation projects with a lot of the government or the unit. Okay, and our main business can be separated into three different parts. First is the consultancy. So we provide our customers a lot of the professional advices and solutions to help them to complete the digital transformation planning. And for the project development part, which mostly are the tenders of the government or the military unit, we provide our customers with high quality product and services. And for the last part, the product distribution, as everyone can see, for the downside, on the left is fluctuate. It's the second largest PDF editing software among the world, and we are the exclusive distributor in Taiwan. And the second is Ventic. It's an application development platform which can be able to help the enterprises or the engineer to develop the application in a short time and connect with the IoT sensors or AIoT sensors, and of course with the system or the algorithms. Okay. And here are the structure of our company. And we have 6 different departments. I'm from the marketing department. And as everyone can see, we have the outsourcing consultant, no matter from Taiwan or other regional countries. So as everyone can see, some of our consultants are from the university. They have their specialized field. And for the international consultant, some of them are from an international enterprises, for example, like SmartTech or Microsoft. And here are, for references, here are the tenders or project we've done since 2018 in these 2 years. For example, like the project of Taipei City government, we complete and tender of a smart toilet, which can be able to integrate the IoT sensors in the toilet. It can detect the toilet paper or the trash can fullness. And we connected and integrated into a dashboard that can be able to let the employees to send a text or push the notification to the manpower for cleaning. And about the military part, like the big data analysis platform, we connect and integrate the data and can be able to let the military to control or see those data on time. And last, I want to introduce about the project of the hospital. Yeah, it's the pathology platform that can be able to let the doctors to see those pathology of it. Okay, and that's the end of my part. And later on, I'll pass to Kevin to introduce the smart security solutions. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Hopefully everyone is well and healthy in Southeast Asia. Hopefully we can come to see you soon next year. Okay, so the next session I'm going to share with you about a new concept for physical security. So before I share about the so-called Smart Command Center solution, just to give you some perspective of how physical security works today. In my own opinion, I would classify today's practice as reactive security management. So what it means by reactive security management is you get a lot of video from analog camera, from digital camera, and all you can do is just view the video. So if you sit in a command center with a huge TV wall of 60 monitors, just imagine yourself trying to see what's happening in each of the monitor from the TV wall, which is pretty much, I mean, in my opinion, nonsense, because you cannot see anything. Okay, so the whole idea of Smart Command Center is to leverage video, smart IoT, AI technology to do proactive security management. Meaning you're not relying on security manpower only. The security manpower that you deploy on the sites, they are supposed to be doing incidents management, incidents handling. But from the so-called detection of incidents, we will leverage technology like facial recognition, human detection, even license plate recognition. So actually, a lot of these AI technologies are very mature nowadays and very affordable. So in a lot of user sites, they are now buying in and more convinced on the idea of using AI technologies to help them to do proactive detection. Okay, so from an architecture perspective, from what you can see, the way Smart Command Center work is, first of all, we will aggregate video and data all under one platform. Okay, in a typical physical security environment, you would have subsystems like access control, fire alarm systems, CCTV. Nowadays, you also have facial recognition, human detection. So a lot of subsystems are in place. But the first step is how to aggregate all the video and all the metadata under one platform. So basically, this is what I mean by video and data aggregation. The next step is to do incidents management, meaning we will predefine what are the security incidents that needs to be monitored, that needs to be paid attention. For example, facial recognition associated with video will enable you to identify blacklist, identify unauthorized personnel going to some area of interest which is considered as high security. So when the face has been recognized as unauthorized or as blacklist, associated video from specific camera will be given for you to do live monitoring of the situation. Okay, and finally, from a real-time notification perspective, operators in the command center, they will also be able to see and review the incidents, eliminate the so-called false alarm, focus on the real alarms, and dispatch the guards to take actions. So basically, this is what the Smart Command Center does. Moving from reactive management to proactive management. On the bottom side, as you can see, we can also leverage, for example, facial recognition to do different types of applications. For example, high security area monitoring. In a typical building, you will have specific areas which is considered as high security. So how to use facial recognition and human detection to proactively alert and detect when someone is moving into this area of interest. Okay, smart gate management is another interesting application. For example, a few years ago, I was in Indonesia visiting a very large factory, which is actually they have 9 entrances. Each of the entrance, they will deploy security guards. In total, they actually use 100 security guards under 3 shifts to manage 9 different gates. But just imagine this. when I look at the situation, I told the end user that why don't you use facial recognition? Why don't you use license plate recognition? I can reduce the number of manpower from 100 to 30 maximum. He was amazed on the number of security guards that can be saved. Okay, so this is just an example of how AI technology can be applied in order to make the whole security management more efficient and more proactive. Okay, so the whole idea is to focus on multi-site management, integrating of all the different subsystems, using AI technology, which are very mature nowadays, and focus on the so-called remote management. So again, as the head of security for a multinational company, most likely the head of security will be managing multiple sites, not only in one country. The factories, as an example, could be spread out across various countries in Asia Pacific, could be 50 factories. So from a head of security perspective, how can you manage all the 50 factories real time? This would be a challenge if you just look at all the videos. So that's why by triggering using the mature AI technology, you can do a very effective remote management. Okay, just to share with you a number of projects that we have done in the past, so you have better ideas of how smart command center works. Okay, so this is a project that was done in Singapore. So before our solution was deployed, you can imagine each of the shopping mall would have their own security operational unit. Inside the security operational unit, they will have at least 4 security operators. They will be monitoring alarms, monitoring CCTV video, monitoring access control incidents. Each subsystems is actually being operated independently. Okay, so imagine 8 different command center or security operational unit per mall. So they would have 8 malls. 8 malls meaning 8 operational centers. So what we did was we integrate all the CCTV, we integrate all the access control systems, and have all these incidents and CCTV all managed under one control room. So we effectively eliminate 8 different operational centers, eliminated 8 times 4 security operators inside the operational centers. Now, what's interesting is we are actually managing the events. We're managing the incidents. So all these incidents can actually be post-analyzed so that you know which mall, under which area of interest, what type of incidents would happen. So actually, Singapore is actually a very advanced market in terms of how to apply AI technology, how to apply integrated platform. So this is a very good example, just to share with you. Subsequent to the success deployment of Capital Mall, actually the same solution was also being deployed by Asia Mall as well. So under this project, actually 4 malls using similar concept was managed. And as you can see, the number of CCTV systems being used by each mall will be different. So the challenge was how to bring all the video under the same platform by in-depth integration of each video management systems. Okay, so actually this is one of the challenges that was faced at the time, but it can be easily done now. Okay, with this example for the PUB, it's very interesting. As you can see, for this kind of what we call waste management and water management, in a typical site like this, you cannot have guards stationed in different corners. I mean, it's a huge area. So this is where we're using advanced CCTV. We're even using drone. We're even using different kinds of AI technologies to detect abnormality. Okay, so instead of having the security guards trying to capturing or monitor all the different incidents, we're using technology to do that. And obviously, as AI technology become more mature, the accuracy from the AI technologies obviously will help as well. Okay, this is another project that with Singapore Police Force, where they're using township monitoring. Again, the idea is to bring all the camera under one platform and apply different technologies, as you can see, person search, vehicle search, anomaly detection, etc. So all these are different technologies that will be used. Okay, this is a bigger size project done in Bangkok, actually just 2 years ago. So the biggest challenge of this project was how to manage such a large number of CCTV cameras. So in total, actually, our solution managed 50,000 plus CCTV cameras, including analog and digital cameras. Okay, this is only the first step. But as you can see, the different video management systems that was deployed for different areas were consolidated under the same command center. Okay, the next phase of this deployment is to apply different AI technology. So when you look at such a large number of camera being involved, obviously you cannot afford to have AI technology being deployed for each of the camera. So this is where you can determine which area of interest is most critical and what type of AI technology. For example, in certain areas, license plate recognition could be a better technology to use. In other areas, facial recognition or human detection could be used. So the first step is to aggregate video. The next step is to choose which AI technology is most suitable. And through integration and also from the application that we have built, it allows the command center to effectively remote all the incidents real time. Okay, this is another example where our solution was deployed in a very large robot manufacturing site. Actually, the number of cameras involved in total was 4,000 cameras, IP cameras, but actually it wasn't just Taiwan manufacturing plant. It also involved within manufacturing facilities in China, in Suzhou, and also in Japan as well. So as you can see, a lot of large corporations with multi-site operation, they definitely have the needs and the challenge to be able to effectively manage the sites from a remote area. Okay, the next part that I will share with you is some of the applications that we have done by using facial recognition technology. Okay, just to give you a quick glance of what can be done. I mean, obviously, there are plenty of facial recognition engines available today. They are mature, accurate, and somewhat affordable. So it's no longer how to compare what is the accuracy between the engines, but rather what those facial recognition technology can be applied. Okay, so in our case, actually, we focus on the application level of using and integrating with different facial recognition engines to be able to do attendance taking by facial recognition. Just to give an example, in one of the large factories in Thailand, where they have 8,000 workers. So before they decide to use facial recognition, actually they were using fingerprint. Just imagine, actually they had 4 different lines. Each line, you can imagine in the morning, all the factory workers, they have to queue up and have their fingerprint scanned, one by one. So it took them at least 30 minutes to finish all the attendance. So the factory owner decided to use facial recognition to do attendance taking. And as you can see also, given the case of COVID, just imagine if everyone having their fingerprints under the same on the panel. Yeah. So actually, facial recognition for attendance taking is now a contactless technology, contactless application that can be used also. Okay. Obviously, facial recognition can be used for VIP and for blacklist notification. This is also a very typical application that can be done. In Singapore, in Malaysia, actually one of the more popular application is using visitor management system. Okay, so a lot of visitors and contractors, they come in and out of the commercial buildings frequently. But how do you know which of the visitors and contractors they should be authorized? Which one of them should be prohibited? Because perhaps some of those visitors or contractors, they are part of the blacklist database. Okay. Another thing is when the visitors come into the building, not only that you have to authorize them, but you also want to know if some of the visitors, are they going to some areas where they're not supposed to go. Okay, there will always be areas inside a commercial building which will be considered as high security area. So when a visitor, a general visitor has been his face has been captured and recognized as a general visitor, and he was not being given the authority to enter this area, then an alert will immediately be triggered, and the security guard will be escorting the visitor out of the building. And next time, perhaps even to the extreme, you can actually label the visitor as a blacklist and prohibit his entrance to the same building. Okay. So another thing that we can do is how to track the faces from one camera to another camera. So this is what we do for face tracking. So these are the typical applications that can be built by using facial recognition. Just to give you a few examples, actually in one of the Taiwan company, HQ, they have done very advanced application by using facial recognition. For example, door access control by facial recognition, visitor contractor tracking, which I mentioned, visitor management. In this specific case, they want to know not only if the visitors are authorized to come into the building, but they also want to track who are the employees that took the visitors to go to somewhere where they're not supposed to go. So it's, that's how handy it can be done by using face recognition. Okay, so these are this kind of applications. The applications that I shared with you actually have been implemented from one commercial building, from one HQ to another HQ. Okay, actually, because of the successful application that they have done, actually they decided to move on to apply facial recognition for other applications like printing, smart printing, for payment by facial recognition, and also do some other kind of smart application and integration. Okay, this is another interesting case that we have done in Taiwan also to effectively manage the contractors. Actually, in the case of Southeast Asia, this type of application is even more relevant because just imagine, because actually we have worked with many property developers. They have a lot of construction sites. One of the biggest challenge in Southeast Asia, in any of the Southeast Asian countries, is how to manage contractors, how to identify if they are legal versus illegal workers, foreign workers. Okay, so by using facial recognition, we can do effective contractor management. So it's not just managing the attendance of these contractors or the foreign workers, but since you have enrolled their faces, you would know that if a specific contractor that is being authorized to a construction site, whether he has legitimate working permit to enter and work in the construction site. Okay, so we can actually use facial recognition more effectively for contract management as well, and for multi-site management. Okay, this is another example where actually many tugboats we do the attendance taking by facial recognition, where the crew members will be required to show up in front of the camera on an hourly basis. as an attendance checkup. Okay, so this is another example. But obviously, the challenge in this application is how to do real-time transmission of the results, especially when the boats are, on the sea. Okay, this is another example that we have done in Singapore for commercial buildings, for visitor management, for multi-tenant. So this is the challenge in this case is obviously there are different tenants working in different office tower. How to allow and authorize specific tenants to walk into a specific commercial tower and not the other commercial towers. So this is where the challenge is. So it's no longer the accuracy of facial recognition engine, but the whole design, how to ensure the multi-tenant design can be phased in, and how to ensure failover for all the devices. Okay, another example that we have done in Singapore. This is for the JTC, actually one of the leading property developers. They have many A-grade commercial buildings in Singapore. So actually in Singapore, visitor management is actually a very important aspect of security management. So we actually have customized based on the different visitor flow management required by JTC. So the same visitor management systems will be deployed across multiple commercial buildings. Given the COVID pandemic, actually it's very easy for us to implement thermal detection in front of the visitor management kiosk, and also in order to make the kiosk contactless, actually we won't allow the visitors to operate in front of the kiosk, but instead he can use his mobile set to do web registration also. Okay, so what I just did, through the different project references, I illustrate how the smart security can be deployed. Okay, so in this specific slide, just a summary on how we can apply different AI technology for smart security applications. So basically, we will classify into 3 different types. One is for access control, where you can use facial recognitions for attendance taking, for door access, or for visitor management, and even for smart gate management. For area monitoring, obviously there will be specific areas which is considered as high security. So how to use again CCTV and different AI technologies to ensure only the authorized persons can walk into the area, and how to avoid tailgating also. Smart tracking, this is how we will use facial recognition or even use indoor positioning to track specific personnel to ensure that they are they're not violating or trespassing to other areas. Okay, so basically this is my sharing for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Just to show you a video clip of one of the solutions that we have done. Okay, so just to quickly go through this, okay. Just to show you, to give you more illustration of this slide. So this is the smart command center solutions that we have developed. As you can see, for incidents alert, real-time notification.
Basically, these solutions also help the enterprises to reduce their cost of human beings or the security.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And help them to become more efficient.
Yes. Yes. Actually, Monchi just raised a very good point. when we deploy smart security solution, just to share with you, actually, when I talk to a lot of enterprise users, one of their major concern is the use of security guards, because a lot of guards are outsourced from security service providers. And most of the guards actually, most of the security guard providers, they have high turnover, meaning you don't know if the guard is actually someone with good integrity or whether he has any misconducts in previous employment, etc. So from an end user perspective, they trust technology more instead of security manpower. So it's not a matter of, it's not only the fact that obviously by using AI technology or doing smart security, obviously it will save tremendous manpower. But from a so-called proactive management, by using AI technology, actually it will enable more accurate detection also.
Yeah, it's more like nowadays the technology are more reliable than manpower.
Yes, that's for sure. That's for sure. Okay, so this just to quickly show you this video clip where we have deployed smart command center solution for an immigration office where we are managing 140 plus immigration officers for custom clearance. So in this specific case, actually we have integrated CCTV and we have applied facial recognition, integrating with access control. We also apply different kind of AI technology for loitering or for intrusion detection, etc., and license plate recognition. So we will actually decide for different area of interest what is the appropriate AI technologies to be used. So from a remote management perspective, actually they can manage all the incidents from one single place instead of having a security operational unit in each building. Okay, so as you can see, in our smart command center, actually there are two different types of solutions that have been offered. What we call the EBS is more for the remote management. Okay, so actually most of the senior management, they will not spend time in the command center. They'll be flying around, they'll be in different places, but they can predefine specific incidents for them to receive real-time alerts, real-time notification when certain incidents happen. Okay, for the SIM, which is the solution that is being used in the command center. Okay, so command center, there will be operators reviewing the incidents, handling the incidents, and ensuring the incidents will be closed properly. Okay, so obviously from a command center perspective, the biggest improvement from their point of view is they no longer need to look at different subsystems. Just imagine if I have to review or investigate into incidents, I have to log into different systems to review the same incidents.
It will take a lot of time.
Yes. Okay, so basically what we do is we integrate all the different subsystems under one platform. So when you want to review specific incidents, you actually get visibility even from access control, from facial recognition, even from an alarm perspective as well. So basically, this is what we do. Okay, just to quickly show you, this is how it works. Okay, so this is an example where, as you can see, the different alarms. The alarms can be. Let me pause it for a second. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it looks like. The alarms, or what we call the incidents, will be triggered from fire alarms, could be camera tamper, or crowd detection, or blacklist notification. So we are applying different AI technology, and at the same time, we'll integrate different subsystems to bring out all the incidents. So from a command center perspective, they don't need to look at video streams from all the IP cameras. They can spend time to focus on the specific incidents as it happened. Okay, and at the same time, you also get video playback and also the alarm location map as well. So from a command center perspective, they can manage the incidents more effectively, not only verifying if the incident is a false or true incident, but actually they can see the video playback at the same time and where is the event happening. So it gives you a very precise view of what is taking place in a remote site. Okay, so even if I want to identify certain blacklists, this can be done through facial recognition also. Okay, actually, this is only what we have done is moving from reactive to proactive security management. But as you collect more incidents, obviously it gives you an opportunity to analyze those incidents. So if I'm managing 50 factories, I will be able to tell from my post-incidents analysis, I'll be able to tell where are the factories that always have security incidents happening.
Yeah.
Why? What type of incidents? Does it happen during daytime or nighttime?
And it helps the enterprises to prevent
Correct.
incidents before they happen.
Exactly. So the magic word is we move from reactive management to proactive management, but it also gives us an opportunity to do more effective preventive and predictive security management at the same time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. This is pretty much. In Southeast Asia countries, especially Singapore, they are definitely moving. This becomes a very standard solution, even for a lot of tender spec. This is what they are looking for. And I'm pretty sure that in other parts of Southeast Asia, especially where you have multi-site management, this is actually becoming a trend.